welcome back. In this part we're going to randomize computer ships into their grid. So I will define a class for the ships so that I can use it later on. This is very simple. It will have a constructor and two properties only. So it has a name and it will have a size. Like so. The name is of type string and the size is of type number, and then we would say that this dot name is the name and this dot size is the size. Now I need to type these two. So name is of type string and also the size is of type number. Great. So now I have my ship class. Then I need to create my ships based on this class. So I will grab these ones, go here, paste them, and I would say all of these are a new ship by the name that we just provided, and they will have some size. This will be of 2, this will be 3, this will be 3 as well, 4 and 5. Great. Now I need to add them. Now I need to randomize all of these and put them in the grid, but it's easier to first put them inside an array. So let's say all the ships is an array of these items. So destroyer, submarine, cruiser, and battleship and carrier. Okay, now for each of these, so all the ships, then for each of them I would get the ship and add the ship to grid. That ship. I need to write this function. So let's say add ship to grid is now a function that will take a ship of type ship like so, and it will do a bunch of things. Now how can we do that? So for example, this is my ship. I will put it somewhere here, while the place that I want to put it is a valid. So how do I know if it's valid? If all of these cells that I want to put it, either horizontally or vertically, are not taken. So I need to keep track. So for example, if I go and put this one here and it covers these 5 cells, then I cannot put anything else here or here so that it overlaps. Or I cannot put it like this. The next thing that I need to keep in mind is that if I take this one, which is 5, I cannot put it here because 2 of the cells are taken, but the 3 will be out. The next thing that I need to keep in mind is that I cannot put it here because then this will be one spot and the 4 rest will be going here, which is not correct. We cannot break our ship, so to say. These are the things that we need to keep in mind when we want to randomize the ships in the enemy fleet. Okay, now first let's grab the cells from the computer board. Get elements by class name, all that are cell, and we need to say that this is a HTML element like so, and we need to convert this to an array. So we need to say array dot from this. So what we did is that we got the elements from the computer board that are cell and convert them to array, and we say that these are HTML elements, because if we remove this part, you can see that it is an element array, but we want this to be HTML element array, so we can do HTML functions on them. Okay, then we need to say if we want it to be horizontal or vertical. So I would just say horizontal is a random number. If that random number is less than say half, then we say we want it to be horizontal. Otherwise we want it to be vertical. So something like this. Now I need to pick up an X position and a Y position. So the X position, so the horizontal part is like this. When I, for example, I want to put it like this, the X can be from 0 to 9. So one of these rows can be chosen when we are going horizontally. So here I can say, if we are horizontal, then let's say math dot floor of a random number, and then multiply it by 10, like so. Otherwise, if it's vertical, if I take this and it's 5 cells wide, I cannot put it like here. So this 5 cannot go here because it will go here and here and here, which is not correct. So if it's 5, it can only go here, 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 or here. It's kind of the same thing with just a small change, and that is, instead of going 10, we would go 10 minus the size of the ship, like so. So we count the size of the ship into our computation. Great. Now for the Y, it's kind of the same thing but in the reverse order. So I would just grab this one and put it here and say if it's horizontal, then do this, and if it's not, then do this. So basically what I'm saying is that Y is the same thing here. Okay. Now I have two correct spots to start putting my ship on the board. So now I have, for example, this spot or this spot. I need to continue and see from that spot how many more spots do I need to take. So I mean, for example, if I choose this one and my ship is like 3 cells and we are going horizontal, so I need to check this one, this one, and this one, and these 3 should not be taken, right? So I would say that the spots that I have here are a new array of the size of the ship that I have. Let's fill it first with something, let's say -1, and then I need to map it. Let me have more room here. I don't need to worry about the values, so the thing that I need is only the index of that spot. Now, if we are going horizontal, the next spot is the current spot plus 1. So here this one is 11, the next one is 12, the next one is 13. So if horizontal, we just return the x value that we have times 10 plus the y value plus the I. So for example, if I go here, this has some x and this has some y. So x times 10 plus the y will show me this one, and each time I would go one ahead. So I is 0 here, I is 1, I is 2, and so forth. Right? And if it's not horizontal, so else, the thing that we return is, again, x times 10 is there, plus y, plus y, and now we plus I times 10. I mean, when I'm here, the next spot is 10 beneath, then 10 beneath. So I'm going here, here, and here. Like for example, I'm here in 11. Next one will be 21. Next one will be 31. So this is taking care of that one. Great, now we have the spots that we want to fill. And these are the candidate, these are not correct. Now I would check that all of these spots should not be taken. So if I go here, 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 and all of these should not be taken. So if spots dot every, which means all of them, if each spot is not the class of taken, if this is not, which means they are free, I would add the class taken to those ones. So I would say spots dot for each of them, take the spot and add the class name of one, the taken class name, and the second one is the name of the ship that we are putting there. Okay, what's the problem here? The class list does not exist on type number. Okay, I haven't converted these to be the spots, they are only numbers here. But this is the beauty of using TypeScript. So now here in the end, when I get those numbers, I would map them to the actual cell that is there. So cells at index I. Now if you see, my spots are HTML elements and I can use the contains here as here. Okay, but this will be run once, and if there is a spot that is taken, so if I put one of my ships here and the next one, if I want to put it here, it will not work. So I need to put the whole thing here in a while true loop. But before that, now save it here and let's go here and see what's the problem. Is like this. Now this is correct. Let's add some classes here for the taken ones. So I would just grab all of these like this. And let's go down here and say instead of rotated, the ones that are taken, I would give them some color. So let's say BG here is let's say gold. For this one, let's say a tomato, maybe. For this one, let's say green. say some blue maybe, and for this one let's say sienna maybe. Great. And let me make all of these background colors like so. Now you can see I have 4, but probably the 5th one has collided with one of these. So now if I go again, now I have 3, I have 4. Now I was lucky and I get 5, but not always. So now I get 4. So I need to resolve this, and this can be done by putting the whole thing here in a while through loop, and then I will put everything here, and if I can put it here, then I will break out of the loop. Otherwise the cells are not correct, so when I get to here and it finds a spot that is taken, it will go and try again. So if I go back, I will always get a 5 ship. Great. In the next video, we will go and drag and drop our ships into the map that we have.